Coach?
Well, we have obviously great respect for Penn. We've been working on this stuff since July. And, they picked to win the Ivies. They'd have 10, 12 players back. And if you watch film on them, you realize how difficult they are to defend. And our guys did a fabulous job tonight. Not only did they hold them to 30.8 field goal shooting, 15.4 three-point shooting, but they forced 18 turnovers. And here was the amazing thing for me. We have a very slim bench right now because we're banged up, but we only had 5 turnovers in the game. That's in a first game of the season with jitters. That's highly, highly unusual. So that was a great thing. Great opening game, great crowd. We obviously, I've said it so many times, we have very difficult schedule. The MAC is going to be also very good. As you know, Quinnipiac just beat Rhode Island at Rhode Island, which is a great win. So it's going to be tough. With this schedule, if we can keep growing tonight, get our bench going a little bit. Cruz Davis is a super freshman, but he's got an Achilles problem. Our center is going to be a good play, just needs time. And then we've just got to get a few more guys going on that second unit. But overall, just really, really super pleased.
Coach, what think of Dennis Jenkins' opening game? He looked very fluid, a lot of energy, shot the ball well.
Dennis Jenkins, no question about it, is a great basketball player. He's fast, he's highly, highly athletic. He plays hard all the time. He's a great basketball player. We're very fortunate to have him. And that's what you got to do at Iona. You got to get great players that people don't realize they're great. And that's a big key for us. Because with the NIL right now, that's crucial.
Quinn Zielinski, again, high energy, made shots, and you also seem to play a lot at the top of the key tonight.
Yeah, with our offense, we run a lot of EuroLeague offenses. Quinn he's a point forward. He's a guard. He plays like a guard. But he's legit 6'9". He's a terrific young man. Does a lot of good things that help. He's a great shooter. He didn't shoot great tonight from the 3, but he in all our drills in the mornings when we have player development sessions, he's the highest I've ever coached in the numbers he makes. So he's a great shooter. He'll go about 7 for 9 from the 3 before it's all said and done.
Just ask you about Nelly Jr. Joseph. He seemed to get off to a slow start, but he made plays in it seemingly early in the second half.
Yeah, once we went to the press, the game turned around. We picked momentum. We got out on the break. I waited to go into it because I was afraid of foul trouble because it was so thin. But once we made it a chaotic game, the game turned around.
Rick, you had a lot of guys back last year. Obviously, this year. That wasn't the case last year. And what has that continuity done for on a night like tonight when you get off and you look like you're,
we're a lot thinner this year than we were last year. We're not deep at all. I mean, when you look at it, 29 minutes, 31 minutes, 27, 28, 33. Parker had 15. The rest of the guys have all 7. So our bench is weak right now. And one of the things we did, we scheduled very few games in November by design. So we could get those guys who's second unit players ready to go. Guys like Michael Jefferson, guys like Anton Brookshire, Osborne, we finally got him up to 215 from 197. Our goal is 225. It is the most difficult thing I've experienced in my 40 plus years to get. It's not the amount of food. I just try to stuff them every chance. When we take them out of practice and just for a drink of water, we give them calories. We do. We give them calories. We give them like 200 calories. And it's the most difficult assignment that we've all ever been through. But he's getting there.
Rick, you'd said in the last couple of weeks to us about how you have a lot of respect for Penn. It's only returning players, so they're scoring back. What's it say about your team to beat them the way you did tonight? After you mentioned so much respect for them and with half on back.
Yeah, I was actually shocked when I read in Brian's notes that we were 12 for 14 in the Ivy League, and we beat both Yale and Harvard last year, and we're 0-8 against Princeton. I don't know why the hell I scheduled Princeton, but I think we'll be ready for it. It says a lot. Look, we had a great opening crowd. The crowd has gone from docile to a terrific home court advantage. All our people here did a tremendous job getting the first game under the belt, because we don't have many home games. I think the next home game may be St. Louis, is that true?
It's the MAC weekend.
Yeah, MAC, we got the MAC. St. Louis will come in here, we're probably a top 25, 30 team, we got the MAC, so the crowd is really, we're undefeated at home last year, had a great home opener today.
Rick, last year's team had a lot of key leadership that's now gone. I noticed just at this table before you sat down, Quinn seemed to be showing more leadership. Are you seeing guys step up now to fill that leadership void?
Yeah, I love Quinn. He's out of his mind a little bit, but I love him. He's very emotional, but I have a great relationship with him. I played a trick on him, and he was really almost like crushed on the walkthrough. And I said, before the walkthrough, I said, guys, look, something has come up. I'm going to be leaving you after tonight, so I want you to give me everything you can. And then I took out 5 Powerball tickets. I said, because I'm hitting this and I'm going to Monte Carlo. And, I said, you're all going to have an NIL if I hit this. So he like turned white. He was so upset. And when I took out the Powerball, he was happy.
Coach, you mentioned getting out on the break, sort of making it a chaos game. What can you say about how that high tempo allows you to?
Well, we've been working on a 4-second offense in the backcourt all since July. We've got great speed. We're very athletic. I think we missed 4 dunks. So that's something we have to do. We knew Penn would try to run their backdoor offense. We were ready for it. We did just a lot of great things tonight for an opening game. I didn't see jitters. They were a little tentative in the first 5 or 7 minutes, but once we got into the press, things changed.
What are you hoping to see when you play Nelly and Oz together in the same lineup?
Well, we've been doing it. We don't have a backup to Quinn. Bub is sort of like half 3-man, half 4-man. So we've been playing Oz at the 4. We can get away with it offensively. It's a little tough defensively. And Oz, suddenly thinks he's, Kevin Durant from the 3-point line. But he's been working very hard at it. So we're big, we rebound. Osborne's a very smart basketball player, very intelligent. He was in the game when we made our run.
Rick, you had Steve behind you on the bench tonight. What's his role with your team?
I asked him to help me personally and to come to practice, sit behind the bench. And obviously he was my New York Knicks ball boy. I was best friends with his dad. He was an assistant coach with me at Louisville. He knows me probably better than anybody other than my son Richard. So he's a great coach. And the first thing I met with him 10 minutes after he got fired, and my heart, because he had a great team this year, 10 seniors, and my heart was broken for a coach. I know what I went through, and there was, outside of my family, there was very few people around to console me. Well, I'm definitely will be there for him, because there's a great coach that never got a chance to coach his 10 seniors, and it's really tragic to do that to a person, whatever the reason may be. And I know what the reasons are. So he's part of us now, and he's part of my family. And tonight he gave me like 4 great suggestions. So I'm going to lean on him because he knows the MAC extremely well. And it's great. You don't have to pay a guy. And, that's pretty much the way Iona is. They don't pay anybody.
Will he be at all the home games? He'll be at all the home games?
Yeah, if he wants to come on the road, he can come on the road.
Any chance you'll have an official role with you guys?
We can't. We're at the limit. We have no money.
If you had the money, would he?
Well, you can't. You can only have so many assistants. Okay. But look, he's going to be a head coach somewhere at the end of the year again. He's really a great coach. Great coach. He's as good as I've had. And what a shame that he didn't get an opportunity to coach Manhattan's 10 seniors.
How long has he been around the program? How long have you had him here?
He's been about 6, 7 practices. Yeah. When you get fired, it's the loneliest experience. I don't know if any of you have been fired, but it's the loneliest damn thing. People think, you make a lot of money, so I tell you, it's an awful, awful experience. When I was fired, I was speaking to my team. They're crying hysterically. I'm crying hysterically. I'm there 17 years. I go to get my office, get my personal belongings. Obviously, I'll clean it out down the road. My office was locked. They locked me out of my office after 17 years. It's a terrible experience. So I don't want Steve to go through what I went through, and he's not going to, because he'll be part of this situation.
Rick, you've told us over the past year that you've talked to Barrick and told him he had to really expand his game. He wants to play at the next level. Can't just be the great defender. Tonight, I thought he shot the ball very well. Is that something from your advice?
No, I want him to drive more.
Okay.
Because he's unguardable, he's so fast. When he drives, he looks to pass the ball, and if he can get Quinn, Walter a three, he's terrific. And that's where he's really improved. But yes, he did shoot the ball better tonight, but I want him to drive more to create shots for other people. But you know, that the 5 guys we have starting, and then you add Osborne, and then Cruz, you'll see Cruz. Cruz is a great freshman. So we got 7 guys who can really, really play. We just got to get it to 8, 9. Once we get it to 8, 9, then we'll be really, really good.
You mentioned Cruz Davis. Is there a timetable on that?
Well, we thought we could get him back to play tonight, but he couldn't jump. His Achilles is bothering him. I'm hoping for Hofstra. Sadiku will probably be mid-December. He'll give us another body as well. But you know, every game that we've booked this year will be Hofstra, Princeton, Vermont. I'm not going in order. Santa Clara and Las Vegas. You know, I told him one of my assistants screwed up with the time. He said, "Coach, we're going to have a 9 o'clock game." I said, "No, we're not having a 9 o'clock game. We have a midnight game. We're East Coast." So can't always win that battle. So we're going to have to practice before Las Vegas at 10 o'clock at night. And then Hawaii, we're going to get ready for that and practice at 7 in the morning. So look at our schedule, what we're doing. Las Vegas, Hawaii.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, yep. I mean, that's unheard of, but I did it because if you can beat those teams, you'll get in that large berth if it happens what happened last year. But we got to just not think about that. We just got to take it one game at a time.
Rick, how are you feeling tonight? You had a pretty great week. Late last week, had a good day and had a great opening game. How are you feeling?
You know, I think my son's press conference, I listened to it today. I think he was right. I tried to take the high road in a lot of areas, but inside I'm pissed off at a lot of people. But, you know, they said exonerated. There's no exoneration. First of all, 5 years of your life. They can't make a decision in 5 years. I mean, come on. And now they take the IARP away because they want to be judge and jury. They want to accuse you, put the guys on the committee, and they want to be the jury as well. Come on, give me a break. It's not the way it should be run. They knew I was innocent. They knew I was innocent. And they dragged this on for 5 years. What did they come up with? They came up with me being too strict on compliance. That's one of the red flags. The first thing I would do if I was them is I'd do away with the term red flag. I would find out facts, proof, not red flags, facts and proof, okay? Because it was already, some people were bringing up about the case before that, it was already proven. I had no knowledge of any of that, the ladies at night coming in the back door of a dorm. Everybody knew that. If the assistant coaches don't know it, and the people living in the dorm, my nephew, one of the minorities, didn't know it, and certain players didn't know it, and the assistant coaches didn't know it, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna know it. Common sense. But what we went through as a family, Steve Masiello is not gonna go through, I can guarantee you that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Coach, coming in tonight, obviously Jordan Dingle, a very key player for Penn. What can you say about how you guys neutralized him tonight?
Well, in his defense, he's coming out of a boot. There's a high ankle sprain, so he's a great basketball player. He's a pro. Definitely, unequivocally, an NBA basketball player. Size, strength, but he's coming out of a boot. We knew that. We were trying to run his tail constantly to try and wear him out, but he's just coming out of a boot. He didn't even play in the exhibition games. We got a break there. Still a great basketball player.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good, thank you guys.
Thanks, Coach.